guys, welcome to today's Big Brother Over the Top updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Robin Sunderland. Yay! Alright, so Robin wants to know, am I surprised by any of the characters this year? That's a great question. Robin herself thought that she was going to love Monty, and now she's like, I knew that I was probably not going to like it, but let's see. I'm actually kind of surprised by Scott. I didn't expect him to play so hard so soon, but maybe I should have, because that happens a lot with the super fans when they get on the show, because they're like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here, I'm going to play the game, blah, blah, and they go crazy. And that's kind of what happened to Scott. Justin, I had a feeling that I was really going to like him, but maybe I'm surprised by just how enjoyable he is to watch on the feeds. I mean, he's the gift that keeps on giving. Okay. So let me know who you guys are surprised by in the comments. There's probably other people that I'm forgetting, but, you know, that's just off the top of my head. Alright, so let's talk about what was going on in the house. Alex finally got her HOH room yesterday afternoon, and everybody goes in there. She's got these baby pictures in there. No photos with Morgan, a letter from her mom, but now it's time to get down to business. So Alex and Shelby are strategizing in that HOH room, and they're keeping a close eye on Scott right now, because like I said just before, Scott is all over the place. He's trying to make deals with everybody, and they notice that, and they feel like they can't really trust him because he's been talking to everyone. Also, last week, he flipped on Cornbread, who was like super close to him, and was like, okay, bye, you're out of here. I'm going with Shane right now. And now all of a sudden he's buddy-buddy with them again. So it's just like weirding them out. And then they were talking about how Monty totally wants Justin out this week, but Alex feels like she can make a deal with Justin, so she doesn't really want to get rid of him. Alright, so then Whitney joins them, and they're discussing targeting the Showmance, Shane and Danielle, because that's a huge threat. They want to break that up. But it's a little bit risky for them. They need to handle it delicately because Monty and Shane are so close, or at least they were for like the first 5 minutes. So they basically have to make Monty feel like it's his idea to nominate Shane and get rid of him. That's so sad that they have to like play to Monty's ego like that. But like, I see where they're coming from, and I totally get it, and I think they could probably make it happen. But anyway, Alex and Neeley were having a game chat in the HOH room, and Alex is like, I just want to know, like, where's your head at? She's checking in with her. So she's like telling Neeley, I thought that you were with the Danielle, Jason, and Shane crew, but I noticed that they were all cheering on Justin in the HOH competition. And Neely's like, yeah, I noticed that too. We knew that Alex was like just chomping at the bit waiting to drop this bomb on Neeley. Because she wants to try and pull in Neeley and Chrissy this week for votes. So Neely's like, yeah, I think they were cheering for Justin because they know that I can't be controlled the way they could control him if he won HOH, because she's got this special bond with Monty too that freaks people out. She's not going to go after him. She feels like she can use him for a while, and I think that kind of puts that other side of the house off a little bit. So then Alex is asking her like straight up, who do you want out? Like, who are you targeting? And Neely's like, honestly, there's really only one person that I want out right now, and that's Shelby. Ooh. Because she's saying Shelby's a floater, and she doesn't feel like she can trust her. Now, we know that Shelby is part of Alex's group, but Neeley was like, I'm going to lay it all out there anyway. Who cares? So then Alex is like, I get what you're saying. Also, America is probably going to put her up anyway because she's like kind of coming off as a mean girl, right? Alright. Everybody's assuming that America's going to nominate Shelby, but I don't think so. So then they talk about Shane being the head of the snake. Alex lets Neeley know that she's thinking about going after that Showmance. And if she does take out Shane, it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone, because he's in a Showmance and a bromance. So she can really like shake things up like that. Alright. And Neeley agrees, and she's like, that's a really good idea. You know, I'm for that. I'm with it. Alright, so then it's sister time. Morgan and Alex up in the HOH room. First of all, they start things off by talking to their mom via the live feeds, and they're like, don't embarrass us again like that with this HOH stuff. Like, what's with these pictures? Let the boyfriends write the letter. That's so mean. Be nice to your mom. Alright, so then Alex is complimenting Morgan. She's like, I'm really impressed with you so far. I haven't really heard your name thrown around yet. I thought you were going to be the first one out of here. It's a lot of confidence in her sister. And she's saying, who are you? Like, I've never seen you be this nice to people before. Damn! But she's telling her, like, whatever you're doing, keep it up because it's working. Alright, so then they're talking about how they're worried that America's going to put up Shelby this week. They think that, again, she's, you know, being viewed as this mean girl. And that could kind of ruin their plan to split up the Showmance this week because there are a lot of people targeting Shelby in the house. So she's up on the block, she's gone. Alright, so then Alex is telling Morgan about her discussion with Neeley, and she's like, yeah, Neeley was saying she'd be on board with voting out Shane, so they're going to try to keep working her, and also Chrissy eventually to make that happen. I don't know if Chrissy's going to be into that, but anyway, Monty joins them up in the HOH room. Oh, Monty. And he is really pushing for Danielle to go up on the block, which the girls want. But he wants her to go up against either Jason or Justin. And the girls are like, no. So Alex is explaining that she wants to break up the Showmance this week. So if she puts up Danielle with either Jason or Justin, Shane could go ahead and win the power of veto and use it on Danielle. And then both halves of the Showmance are safe. So she's like, what would I do then? Like, what the hell? So she's arguing it pretty much has to be Shane and Danielle against each other. And then Justin could be the replacement nominee. But you know that freaking Monty is not going to let it go that easily because he's just like, Shane is my number 2. I'm Shane's number 2. Poop, blah, blah, blah. You know, like he's trying to protect his boy. All right. So then, last night, Alex was taking meetings with the other side. So, she was talking to Jason, and she's like, obviously, your name has been coming up because you're the only vet in the game, and people want to take you out. So, this was an interesting discussion between the two of them because they're, like, fully acknowledging that there are two sides of the house and that they're on opposite sides. So, they're both saying, like, oh, I don't have any, like, solid deals or whatever with anybody on this side, but it's just like how it ended up that I kind of fell into something or whatever with these people. Sure. But they're both saying that they want to make a deal with each other. They want to work together. And Alex is being pretty straight up with him. She's like, I can't promise you that you're not going to go up this week, but I am not targeting you. So Jason's like, I respect that. It makes sense. I respect you as a fellow super fan. And they agree to have each other's backs. And you know what? I would actually really like to see Alex and Jason have some sort of like underground down low alliance together. I think that would be really awesome because they both know so much about the game and they could be a really powerful duo. But they'd have to keep it a secret. Alright, so then it's Justin's turn. Oh, Justin. And Alex is like, I don't know if we've ever talked game before. Like, I just need to know where you are in this game. So she's telling him, you know, I have to target someone from your side this week. It's just how it is. So she's asking Justin, like, what do you think? What are your thoughts? And Justin's like, I don't really know what's going on. You know, it's all love. Seriously though, he's like, I don't know what's happening. He's not very good at talking game with people that he's not like completely comfortable with. But Alex is telling him, you're not my target. And then she's asking Justin, like, who are you targeting? Like, what's going on? And Justin's like, I don't know. But he lets her know, I'm not really feeling Shelby. So he's saying, just like Neeley, he only gives her really one name, and he says Shelby. So then he finally says what Alex wants to hear from him. He promises if he wins HOH next week, he's not going to put her up. Alright, so then he leaves. Alex is alone in the HOH room, and she addresses the feedsters, and she's like, as of right now, I am choosing Jason over Justin. I think she means to work with, because then she was saying, like, Justin is a competition threat. So I'm guessing that means she would rather, you know, take out Justin than Jason. But she is targeting the Showmance this week. So then she pleads to America, please don't nominate Shelby because that's going to mess everything up. And, like, she's trying to say, like, don't you want to see the power go back and forth? And, like, if you get rid of Shelby this week, then it's going to be very one-sided. I don't think America's going to nominate Shelby, but I do think they're going to go after somebody on Alex's side. All right. So then the meetings with the other side continue. Shane and Danielle go up to talk to Alex, and I really don't think that she liked talking to both of them at the same time. I think she really wanted to talk to them individually, but they went up there together, and she was just like, whatever. So they also understand that someone from their side is going to be going up this week. Danielle's trying to make sure that it's not her or Shane, so she's telling Alex, look, you should keep the showmance in the game because we're going to be a big target in front of you. People are always going to come after us first. We're like a big shield in front of you. I mean, she kind of has a point, but at the same time, Alex is a super fan. Like, she watched last season, unlike a lot of people in there right now. She saw all of those duos make it to the end together. She does not want that to happen this season, which is kind of interesting because she is a duo with Morgan. But anyway, after they leave the room, Alex, again, lets the feedsters know they're gone. Like, I can't believe anything they say. I can't trust them. And I really do appreciate, as a fellow feedster, that Alex is, like, giving us her thoughts right after she talks to everybody. So that's cool. But anyway, Shane and Danielle thought it went great. They were talking to Jason after, and this group does not think that she's going to put the showmance up on the block. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on, open your eyes. All right, so last night was pretty crazy. Monty was losing it. Oh my God. He was freaking out because Justin, like, completely stripped down before he got in the shower, like out in the open, which we've seen him do multiple times. And apparently he showers like 3 or 4 times in a day, which is like ridiculous, but that's not the point of this. Anyway, like I said, he does this all the time. But Monty was pissed because this time it happened in front of Morgan, his best friend, who he's in love with. So anyway, apparently, okay, so Monty retold this story to a bunch of people, and basically he was like, yeah, Morgan and I were in the bathroom with Justin, and Justin was talking about how he's a competitor, and he never loses, and then he dropped his pants, and his wiener was out. So Monty's like, yeah, that was sexist and disrespectful to Morgan, and he was also saying that Justin is trying to send him a message, and he's like, you know, whipping his wiener out in front of Morgan, and it's like supposed to intimidate Monty or something. I don't know. But you know what he left out of the story pretty much every time he retold it? That Justin took off his clothes and then got in the shower. I'm not saying it's right that he should be dropping trow in front of everybody and getting in the shower, but I'm just saying, like, this thing is getting blown way out of proportion, in my opinion. Alright. So then, he's telling Shelby about it, and she's getting really upset. She's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Again, Monty is leaving out that Justin was getting in the shower, and that he was, like, covering his stuff. He made it sound like he freaking whipped out his D. It was just like, what's up, my nerds? Like, really? It was crazy. But he was like, I'm gonna go tell Alex, and Justin's going up on the block. It's not your HOH! Alright, so then Morgan goes up to the HOH room without Monty. She's gonna try and warn Alex that Monty's out of control right now. She's like, that mofo has got to chill. So she's saying he's so fixated on Justin right now, and Alex agrees. She's like, yeah, you need to rein him in because he's gonna freaking blow this for us. So Morgan is about to start telling Alex the story about Justin in the bathroom when Monty busts in. So, you know, they have a little game chat first, and then of course it comes back to the Justin Wiener at gate thing. And Morgan's like, honestly, I didn't even feel that uncomfortable. Like, she kind of just wants this to go away. But Monty keeps bringing it up. He's going on and on and on about how, you know, if they weren't on a TV show right now, he would beat the crap out of Justin. First of all, you're not on a TV show. Second, you know, you're on an internet show. But also, yeah, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that Justin would beat the crap out of Monty. But anyway, meanwhile, we've got Shelby crying in the lounge room. And she was telling Whitney about the Justin story, and she said, and I quote, Justin pulled his pants down at Morgan. Yeah, so she was like, I wasn't even there, but I'm so mad that I'm crying right now, and I'm like shaking. She's like, we shouldn't have to worry about this kind of stuff in the house. And I totally agree with her. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about that stuff. But again, I think this was being blown way out of proportion. She did not hear the truthful retelling, and you know, I feel bad for her that she feels like there's some sexual harassment stuff going on in there, and she's scared of that. You know, she's right. You shouldn't have to deal with that, but this whole thing is ridiculous. So then, last night, Monty and the Plastics, Monty's Pythons, were having a strategy chat in the HOH room, and Monty is like, well, I don't think we should put up Shane or Danielle or piss them off, because I was talking to them and they promised me that they'll do whatever Alex wants vote-wise this week if they're not up on the block. So he's like, yeah, that's awesome. That's great. It's great. We got to keep them close. So he's really pushing for Justin to be the target. Again, this is not your HOH. He's totally trying to control this, and it's gross. So all the girls seem to be in agreement that it should be Shane and Danielle going up on the block. Monty is way outnumbered in this. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure they don't care what he says. All right. So this afternoon, America's first care package was delivered, and it went to Chrissy. So she got like cookies and like Halloween rats and stuff. I don't know. But more importantly, she got a special power, save a friend. So the little note was basically like, you're not safe, but you get to save one housemate this week. That person cannot be nominated by the HOH or America. They can't be the replacement nominee, whatever. They can't go home this week. So Chrissy has until tomorrow's safety ceremony to announce who she's going to be saving this week. Alright, so Alex and Whitney were chatting, and they're kind of hoping that Chrissy will save Justin so that Monty can just shut the F up and chill out about Justin. Because they're like, no, we want the Showmance to be split up this week, so this will be like a good excuse for why we can't put Justin up on the block. There was also some talk about, you know, her possibly using it on Jason. Scott actually approached Chrissy and asked her to use it on Jason. He was like, yeah, you can use this opportunity to get as much information as possible. And then, yeah, I don't know. There was an announcement from Julie again. And she's like, guess what? America's going to be picking 3 have-nots every week. So, you know, nice for the house guests. You cannot be a have-not 2 weeks in a row. And the first have-not reveal is tomorrow. That's going to be exciting. Alright, first safety ceremony is also tomorrow. We're going to have a decision from Chrissy. And tonight is the live DRs, so make sure you guys check that out. It's a lot of fun. Let me know what you think. And until tomorrow, much love.